smelling good in here like you can cook? Ooh, lamb chops. I love lamb chops. Man, this look nasty. You gonna put this in the oven? Put some cheese on it? Woo! My granny will put it in the oven. Don't burn these lamb chips.
Oh, shut up.
You know what today is, Mom? You know what today is, Poppy? It's my holiday. Why are you looking like that? It's National Coming Out Day. Do y'all remember when I came out? He said, oh. You remember when
Brian, go away. I don't want to be bothered.
You remember when I came out?
Brian, you ain't never been put in. Get out.
I ain't never been put in. This is the National Day. She said I was never put in. According to you, I was never gay. Hey, it is hot. Well, I just want to thank y'all for being supportive always and always loving me. And I love y'all. I thought y'all was going to kick me out that day. Little did I know it was... Yeah, but when you came back, I thought I'd be gone. You were on vacation. You had to go to Panera, yes. I just
I was doing the inauguration when I came back.
I came out during in January, yeah. But this is the National Day.
The big day. This is the LBGT day.
It is, yes. I want to thank y'all for being progressive and...
Progressive? Insurance company?
And not kicking me out like I thought, even though I ran away for 3 days. So I love y'all.
No, right, don't touch me.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you too,
Yeah. Oh dear, I love you too.
Oh, I love you too, G, with your big ugly head. Not go back inside. Y'all ain't right. Meow, it's Ryan Russell, and I'm back with a story time, this time about National Coming Out Day. My coming out was dramatic, a self-inflicted dramatization of what coming out should be, because for the most part everyone knew. Ouch. Everybody knew that I was just me. Like, why does it have to be gay, straight? People put so much emphasis on that. People do all types of things in their private lives. And so you can't judge somebody else because it could be right under your door. In honor of National Coming Out Day, I'm going to give the story of how I came out in 5 minutes or less because it was just ultra dramatic. I ran away to my best friend Jordan's house on maybe Thursday. No, it was a weekend, so it was Friday. And yeah, I went away from Friday to Sunday because come Sunday, his mother was tired of having me over there and was like, don't you have to go home to your parents? And I'm like, no, I'm scared. I mean, I run away and turn off my phone and wasn't answering. And of course, they were all espionage and in my phone records and found Jordan's number. They called Jordan, they called Jordan's mom, and they were like, just tell him to come home. And then when I finally came home, I ran directly to my closet and started packing stuff up in these boxes because I just knew they wouldn't kick me out, and bawling, crying. And oh my gosh, it seemed like my whole family was here around, like a hostage situation, because they hadn't heard from me in 3 days. And I was 16, so rightfully so. And it was just dramatic. I remember my mom walked away when she heard it. I don't know what was going through her mind. And then everybody else kind of like gathered around my door and was like, really, bitch, you ran away for 3 days for something that we've known your whole life. I didn't like realize though, it's so hard because you're in school and people make gay seem like such a bad thing and like it's a choice. Well, it's not, regardless of what you think. It's not a choice. It's just how I am. And I've always been that. And for my family to all stand around and say, we always knew, we knew, is just so great. And for them also not to make me feel different. Now, I will say, my immediate family just let me be me as long as I've been growing up. And there was never any mention or talk of gay until extended family would come over and be like, oh, well, why you let him play with Barbies and why you do this? And I love my mother so much because she shut that shit down and was like, boys can play with Barbies and you can do what he wants and blah, blah, blah. Worry about your child, not mine. So kudos to my parents in general, my mom and my dad, for being progressive and not closed-minded. And you know what scared me into thinking that they were going to kick me out was just listening to everybody else's story. That was really an eye-opener to let me realize that everybody's story is not mine. And that goes for anybody. Somebody else's story is not yours. You never know how anybody is going to react. When I told my dad, he was on a business trip from California, so he came back and it was just more dramatics. He took me to Panera Bread, and that's where I told him, where he also said, like, I always knew, and it doesn't make me any different, and he doesn't look at me any different. And so that is great. All that to say, if you have a friend or you know somebody and maybe you think they're gay or you know they're gay, just leave it alone because you never know how other people's reactions are going to be. There's such a great amount of homeless youth because their parents have kicked them out. And that was my greatest fear, was I'd be kicked out and I would have nowhere to go. And it wasn't the case. My parents loved me for more than my sexual orientation. And I was born like this. It's not something that I can help. But everybody doesn't look at it that way. Some people are shunned because of it, and they live that harsh reality where they end up homeless. And I see it a lot in the streets of Baltimore, and it's prevalent in Utah even. And that these kids get kicked out for just being who they are. And it's very, very sad. So the next time that you want to call somebody a sissy or a faggot or tell them they're gay or try to put them down for something that they can't change, maybe just look within yourself, because truth be told, your dad may be that same sissy or faggot or gay that you're talking about back in college when somebody on the football team was attracted to him, or your mom may have used to rock her 60s, 70s vibe and the free spirit thing, and you may not even be here if she had stayed with her 60s, 70s lover, Roxana. So just be nice to everybody. I know it's a lot to ask, because if everybody was nice, then we'd be a utopia and there'd be no discord. But maybe just think about it the next time you go to say something nasty. And if you're watching this and you haven't come out yet, or you're thinking about coming out and things like that, don't let anybody else's anger be yours. That person who pops off the most and is the most upset about you speaking your truth, sounds like jealousy to me, honey. Check them at the door. Retaliate with a smile. Retaliate with kindness. And it's the only thing that can stifle that fire of hatred and jealousy. So, with that being said, happy National Coming Out Day and Godspeed. Stay grateful, stay thankful, stay blessed. Mwah.